Hello, I'm Gabriel Lisu again. Welcome to the second part of our video. I'm trying to recreate a material design like input component or text field component. Um, so in the last video, we were able to get this to work. When we click on our input field using JavaScript, it um, changes position to the top using an active class we created for label. So this is active class is being toggled when we click focus and blur out of the text field. Okay, so let's just make this a little cleaner, our JavaScript. Couple of problems here. First problem is once I click anywhere out of this, anywhere in this text field, it works. But once I click on it or where the label is, it doesn't work. And that's because our label is directly above our text field. So when we click, right, the click event is not registered on our text field, it is registered on the label. So what we want to do is want to stop our label from receiving pointer events or click events or anything. So it just goes straight through to the text field and then to give us our regular behavior. So with that, we can come to our label and say in CSS, we can start with CSS saying pointer events none. So then our label will not register anything, any click events or any pointer events at all. So you can see now if I click even where the label is, it works now and it moves up. That's one. And two is this, though I just quickly added it, but I'll just explain what happened there. If you notice, this is how it is. When I type in it, let's say I type Gabriel Lisu, and I click out of it, our label overlaps with our what we've input, and that's not the behavior we want. So one way we can stop that is by using JavaScript, and we can say we can just try and get JavaScript to find out if this field is empty, and only when it's empty should the label come down. Okay, so we can do that by using JavaScript if statement. We can say if our text field dot value, so that's if the value of our text field is empty, so an empty string here, that is when it should come down. That is to remove the active class on the label. So let's see if that works. So this is it, full name clicked, click out, it comes down. Good, that's what we want. When I type in it, click out, it doesn't come down. Brilliant, so that works very well. So basically we just checked if our text field was right, backspace, click again, it comes down. Just checked if our value was the value of our input was an empty string or empty, and yeah, that is only when it should remove the is active class from the label. So we have that. Next thing we probably might want to do is I want to get rid of the style I want. I just want there to be border just the bottom. I don't want this all around. So we can go back to our text field and change our styles. See, border bottom 1 pixel solid. Just give it a gray for now. We're done with the JavaScript aspect for now, so we can hide that. You can see I have my border bottom here, but what's happening is added like browser stylings to default styling for input fields, default border stylings. So what I want to do is I just want to reset that. So I'll put my border as 0 first, so it deletes everything. Then it adds my border bottom 1 pixels solid #CCC. So yeah, I think this works. Next thing is let's just clean this up. Let's centralize this on the page and just add some colors and everything. So I'll get rid of my margin, my top margin on the form. Just use that to create space for when our stuff moves up. But now I want us to be able to centralize this to our window or our page, irrespective of the width or height. So I select my body tag and I can say display flex, right? And once I have my display, the CSS flex box, once I have my display set to flex, any element, direct child of that element, which is the form is the direct child of the body, can be centralized perfectly. So I could just go to my form and see if I set margin to auto, the browser automatically calculates the perfect center both the vertical and horizontal axes. But you can see it's not working on the vertical axis. That's because our body has a width, default width of 100% of your window size, but it doesn't have a specific height. So it doesn't know how to always calculating for on the y-axis basically. So what we can do is we can set the height of 100 VH. VH means view height. So as opposed to giving it a particular size in pixels, right? View height just means whatever our, for in CodePen, this is our view basically. Whatever the height of this is, it should adjust. So you can see if we increase this, it still stays in the middle perfectly. Okay, next we want to do, I have some colors I've picked out. Those I just want to make my background my body blue, that blue code. Then I want my text input field. I want to remove the white background color so I can see background none, right? And what else? Okay, I want yeah, I have a lighter blue here, so this is what I want to use as my accent. So basically what I want is I want my label, I don't want it to be in black, I want it to be like in a faint blue color, right? Oh, I didn't copy. Oh yeah, that is this color actually. Mix the colors up. So that's the light blue, and our body is supposed to be the regular blue, the darker blue. So I just do this, and yeah, voila. So we have our text field. Yeah, looking good. Then same thing, I want my border bottom to be the same light color, at least once it's not active. So I could come to my border bottom, change this from what we gave it before to the light blue. That's for the B8FF. And yes, I think we have that now. Yeah, one thing I want to do, I just want to increase the size of the length of my text field. Let me just give it a width of, I don't know, 500 pixels or something. So it's just a little width. Keep it at 300. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we're almost getting there. So yeah, the next thing is now using our CSS transitions to animate these labels, for example. It's just snapping to the top. It's not like moving, transitioning to the top. It's just once I click our full name, our label is just snapping to the top. That's not the behavior we want. So we want it to transition to whatever state, whatever change, which is our top for 20 minus 20 pixels. It should slowly transition to that new state over a set period of time. So what we can do is we can say all, or it could be, we could just say top. So it just means the first parameter is the property we want to transition. Let's go to keep it as all in case we add other, change other properties. It transitions everything. All want duration, let's say 150 milliseconds, and an easing function ease out. So what ease out just means is it starts off a bit fast and ends up slowly. Our animation just eases out, basically becomes slower towards the end, so it just feels more natural. So if I do click it now, you can see that it's sliding up gracefully. Really cool. Next thing I want to do is in here we can see that the label, once the text input has been focused on, the label becomes smaller as it goes to the top. So I might just want to reduce the font size of this, let's say 12 pixels. You can see, yeah, it's become smaller. I don't think I like the font type of this. This is a serif font, so I just want to change my font family to a sans serif, so it corresponds to our actual input. Yeah, that looks good. Oh yeah, we need to change our text field's color, text color, to white so it stands out. well, field white or hash FFF. Okay, so you can see this stands out beside the label. We don't want the label competing with it. That's why it's in a fainter blue. But yeah, feel free to do whatever you want actually. And yeah, I think we're almost there. Clicking out is not working. Delete it, then it comes down. So next thing is to add active states or add our draw a line, make our line animate. Once we click on our active field, animate and be highlighted in a, let's say, a white color actually. And one thing is we cannot animate our border. We can't transition it from this to this. We can actually, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it start at width of 0 and grow across the whole length of our input field. So it's as if a line is being drawn. So what we can do is we can introduce, I don't know, we can introduce another element. I just call it as a span. A span. Yeah, doesn't matter. It could be a div actually. A class name. We'll just call this underline. So you just want to draw an underline. So our line is going to be drawn above, just right on top of what we have already, our border bottom. Okay. So let's go our underline. Okay, we want it to, for now, have a width of 100% so we can see it. Oh, why do I keep typing L? 100%. We want the height of, let's make it 3 pixels for now so it can be visible. We want it to have a background color white, and what else? Okay, we want display type block. Keep typing L instead of, so you can see what's happening now. Okay, if I reduce this to, let's just say 50% or something, you'll still be able to see our border just right there. So we want this to just go across from 0% to 100%. So that's the transition we're going to make. Okay, so what we can do is we can now do for our underline, we can now give it a zone is active. So we're going to toggle this class to in JavaScript. So once it's active, our width, we want our width to be 100% when it's active, but by default it should be 0. Okay, so what will happen is once we toggle this class with JavaScript, is going to grow to 100%, and 100% is 100% of the width of our its container. So it's just taking up the full width of our form, which is the same width as our text field. Okay, what we're going to do, come to JavaScript. Okay, so we can toggle the active class for the underline. Just the same thing as we did before. We are going to create a variable for our underline. We want our JavaScript to check our document for a query our document for a class called underline, which is this span here, and we're going to in here just get our underline also, like the label, it should have an is active class. Okay, so you can see what's happening there. When I clicked it, when I focused on the text field, it gave us 100% width underline there. And we also want to do the same thing here for it to remove once for the underline, once that's been blurred and once our input is empty. So now once I come in and click out, it comes and goes. So that works. So next thing is the same thing we did for our label. We just give it a transition also. You can come and say transition, same thing, all 150 milliseconds, same thing actually as our label, ease out. So if I come and click, you can watch it grow. Let's make it a little slower so you can see 300 milliseconds. Okay, think that works for me. I'll leave that 300 milliseconds. So you can see once we click on it, it grows from 0% to 100% because we use the CSS transition property. And yeah, I think we're pretty much almost there actually. So I'll just reduce this to say 2 pixels, looking a little too thick, and yeah, I think that kind of works for now. So I think just to clean this up just a little bit, I think I'll remove the padding on the left. I want my label to start exactly where this line starts from. So I'll just go back to our text field. I'll remove the left. I just set the padding left to 0. Left to 0, and we can also come here for our label and remove, just set our left to 0 too, so you can see everything just starts perfectly on the same line. I didn't spell padding left correctly, so padding left. Okay, yeah, so everything is perfect, starts on the same line. So yeah, I think with that we are done with our text field components using CSS transitions and JavaScript, and yeah, this looks really good. So yeah, thank you for watching my first video tutorial. Hopefully it gets better, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye bye.